guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your girl Adriana DC. Today's video is going to be a January and February fragrance roundup. Pretty much I have not been giving you guys my weekly perfume tray videos, unfortunately, as promised. But what I want to do is kind of bring you guys up to date with all the fragrances that I have been absolutely loving lately and enjoying. Also, we are coming to the end of the winter season, you guys. So I want to kind of give you guys, all of the fragrances that I have been wearing throughout the winter season. And of course, I'm noticing that you guys are already bringing out spring content. My God, can you pump the brakes, please? But obviously, you guys aren't waiting on me. But tonight, I'm going to give you guys all the fragrances that I have been wearing in January and February months that have been absolutely loving for the winter season. So if you guys are interested in seeing all the fragrances I've been wearing for winter, then by all means keep on watching. If you guys are new here, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to hit that notification bell so that way you will be notified every single time I upload. And for those of you who are my returning subscribers, thank you guys for supporting me. I truly appreciate your support. So let's just get into it. All right. So starting off from my last perfume tray that I did, which has been a minute ago, my girl of now, Elisa, was actually on the tray. And this is a beautiful, almondy, creamy, pistachio, and tonka bean smelling fragrance. A really beautiful scent. I don't need to rave too much about this fragrance, but I definitely pulled this fragrance out this winter. And as per usual, it is always a pleasure wearing this particular scent. Next up, I brought out my La Vie est Belle Intensement, which, as you guys know, is your sweet, warm, raspberry, vanilla, patchouli scent. It has some heliotrope in the heart. Obviously, it has the regular, La Vie est Belle DNA, but the raspberry and the addition of the heliotrope mixed with the vanilla, the patchouli, and I think there's some tonka bean in here as well. It just adds a little bit more depth, make this fragrance really, really pretty. I definitely love this scent from, the La Vie est Belle, more than I like the La Vie est Belle. So yeah, I definitely play with that a little bit for the winter season. Next up, my Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper from Kylie actually came out for the winter. This is a fragrance that I pull for every now and again, but you know what? I really love Kylie fragrances. I thoroughly enjoy wearing all of them. This again is your spicy patchouli rose scent, a dusty spicy patchouli rose scent. I would say it has a slight metallic feel to it, but either way you put it, again, this is another fragrance, another cult favorite that I don't need to rave about too much, but I love this fragrance and I thoroughly enjoyed wearing this fragrance for the winter. This is a fragrance I possibly wear all year round. Like in the summertime, I wear it in the nighttime. Honestly, it's a nice spicy oriental fragrance. It's a dress up type of perfume, but obviously because of I have the collection that I have, forget about being dressed up. I'm not dressed up. I just pull for my fragrance whenever I feel like wearing them. So next up, I pulled out my Heart Desire Imani Vasek, a brand in London. Now this is actually a spring fragrance, but you know what? Every now and again, I just get in the mood to wear something soft and delicate and pretty and just relaxing and easygoing. And this is a citrusy, sharp, clean, jasmine and lemon smelling fragrance. It's a pretty perfume, you guys. It's a nice, sweet, soft lemon fragrance. There's no harsh edges. I know there's lemons in here, but it just makes the fragrance come out very clean and crisp and a light touch of citrusy elements. It's really it's a very refreshing smelling perfume, but it smells very pretty. You know, that kind of way. It just smells like a really pretty smelling fragrance. Obviously I'm going to play with this fragrance more during the spring and summertime, but I definitely pulled it out because it's just like every now and again you just get in one of those moods where you just want something really light and airy to play with. Next up, my Desert Rosewood from Goldfield and Banks. I thoroughly enjoy playing with this fragrance over the winter season. I don't know if it's just this bottle or what. The dent in this fragrance is like, significant in comparison to a lot of other fragrances that I've had, longer than it. But if you guys saw my review of Goldfield and Banks fragrances, you know how I feel about these scents. This is a dusty, earthy, woody rose fragrance. It's a very it smells like high-end, expensive. It smells rich, a little bit aromatic. It's a little bit sweet. It's a really nice smelling perfume, you guys. Love this fragrance. Love this brand on a whole. I definitely enjoy wearing this fragrance during the winter season. And I think it's versatile enough to wear all year round, in my opinion. So that's Desert Rosewood by Goldfield and Banks. Tom Ford Velvet Orchid. I probably wore her in January thereabouts. Velvet Orchid is the least offensive from the orchid range, in my opinion. It just has a more softer, floral, spicy, woody presence to it. It does have some boozy elements to it, but it's very subtle. It's just a very well blended fragrance, so it comes out like a fusion. By the way you put it, when you wear this perfume, you just feel expensive. It smells expensive. You got an aura to it, and I just love wearing this perfume. It has a really nice smell to it, and for me, I get a little bit more wear out of it than the black orchid in the black bottle and the black orchid in the gold bottle. So I definitely played with her a little bit this fall and winter. My Dolce & Gabbana, the only one intense, a fragrance that has been seriously neglected. I definitely pulled her out for the winter. This is a it has some green apple. It's also a bit milky, so it's a green apple, creamy, vanilla, milky, a little bit woody smelling fragrance. Now I said green apple, but you just get a hint of it. The milky touches in here, so it doesn't like go against the the green apple, because you kind of like assume that. Instead, it's just a really nice a little bit different combination. There is some coconut in here so as well, right? So the coconut, it comes off a little bit milky, right? The coconut is what comes off a little bit milky in this perfume, but it's a really beautiful fragrance. Okay, this is like a very like cult favorite from way back when, and I still have it in my collection. I have not parted with it, and I still like it, but I would admit it's not something that I put for on a regular. It's definitely not a perfume that I often remember. But yeah, I definitely played with her for the winter season. Next up, my Valentina Bond in Roma. And I think there's some blackcurrant, bourbon vanilla, and some woody touches in the base. This is pretty. I mean, I don't need to rave about this perfume. This is that fragrance I would consider to be, a ladies' night out fragrance, a club night out, but I don't get much ladies' night and club night. So yeah, I definitely enjoy pulling for this fragrance every now and again. When I pulled for this, when I said I was going to do this video, when I looked at it, I realized that this fragrance has a bit of a dent. I mean, you probably can't see it. It's kind of hard to see it with the design in the bottle. But I'm really happy to see this fragrance looking like there's actually a dent to it. Yeah, you can see a little bit of a dent to it. I'm really happy to see that I've made some, some headway in this fragrance, because I've had it for quite some time now. And I'm thinking to myself, I need to like wear her a lot more. This is a fragrance that I really love. One of my absolute favorite in my collection, but I tend to forget about it a little bit. I don't know why. Okay. But next up, my Roses Vanille. This was an absolute pleasure to wear. I actually got a compliment wearing this fragrance. My partner was like, what are you wearing? Again, Roses Vanille is another perfume that I very rarely pull for, but every time I wear it, it's such a beautiful scent. It's a sugary, sweet rose vanilla scent. I want to say it's a little bit ambery. Sugary, sweet rose vanilla fragrance. In all its simplicity, it's just pretty. It's just nice. It wears well. When you smell it from the cap, it smells okay, but when you wear it and it dries down on the skin and mellows in your skin, warms up, mixes with oils in your skin, it leaves a really beautiful dry down on the skin, you guys. So Roses Vanille, this is pretty much following on from the last trade. From the last trade that I did with you guys. Next up, I wore my Swiss Arabian Al Shayla. And I would say this is only but a goodie. I rarely hear anybody talk about this baby, and I still have her. I still have something left inside of her, but I do, pull for this fragrance every now and again. This is your spicy, a little bit citrusy rose and oud fragrance. It's powdery. It's a bit punchy. You definitely get the spicy elements in here. So, but this again is another, again, it's a cult favorite, and I still, enjoy wearing this scent. I definitely pulled for her during the during the winter season. This is a fragrance, when you spray it on your clothes, you smell it for days. You smell it on your jacket for days, sorry. So that's why I definitely, never forget about these particular fragrances, because whenever you wear them, when I wear these fragrances, they just seem to have like a lasting impression on me. So yeah, I never forget about my Al Shayla. Every now and again, I just bring her out. Next up, I brought out my Ragba by Lattafa, and I'm telling you, you guys, this is a boozy, incensey, vanilla woody smelling fragrance. Vanilla, woody, and woody smelling fragrance. When I tell you, this perfume left the most beautiful scent on my jacket, it was like crazy. I think I probably wore it 2 days in a row. It's like when you wear this fragrance, you just can't get enough of it. Like, I can't tell you how much I love this Ragba. I know it doesn't look, well, yeah, it looked like a nice decent dent on it. I don't pull for her enough, but whenever I do pull for this fragrance, when I tell you I enjoy this perfume, no ends. This Ragba fragrance is a beautiful scent. The incense mixing with the vanilla, the wood, and the oud in here, so it's just the most beautiful combination ever. So Ragba, I definitely enjoy giving her a good run for the winter season. Next up, I pulled out my gold oud by Mancera. This is another oldie but goodie from my collection. If you guys follow me, you know how much I love this fragrance, and I'm still raving about this perfume. I have quite a decent little dent in her, but every now and again I pull her out. This is a citrusy,rimey, orange, zesty, rose, and oud fragrance. It's really interesting, you guys. It just has a riminess to it, but it's a really like, I don't know how they've managed to capture this fragrance and the riminess, the zestiness from the mandarin orange in this perfume. It almost smells like if you grated an orange, the riminess from the orange skin, the peel, and combine it with some rose and oud and a little bit powdery, and it's like lightly sweetened. It's a very enjoyable fragrance, you guys. In my opinion, it's like unique. It's very different. I don't have nothing else in my collection that smells like it. No matter how many times, no matter how long I go without wearing this, whenever I pull for this fragrance, it always excites me. It's like a keeper. It's like, for me, this is just a very interesting scent in my perfume collection that I absolutely love and enjoy wearing. So I definitely enjoy wearing her for the winter season. Next up, I pulled out my Veil by Tiziana Terenzi. Another fragrance that's like, she's not really in the shadows, but she doesn't get talked about much, but it's a really beautiful scent. This is aromatic, fig, woody, powdery, creamy smelling fragrance. It has a sweetness from the fig, and when you smell it, when you spray it, it opens up with the fig. You get the earthy aromatic essence in here, so mixing with that sweetness. It has quite a lot of notes going on in here. So, but what you get is like, there's something in here that smells almost like coconuts. Picture fig with the essence of coconut milk, sweet, powdery, dusty, earthy, and a little bit woody. It's different. It's very mild. It's very soft. But it's another unique scent that I never ever forget about my perfume collection. Some people would say it's a summer fragrance, but it can be worn all year round. It's a really soft perfume. It's a very soft fragrance. It just kind of like, if you feel the texture, if you know how the texture of this perfume bottle feels, it gives you an idea of how this scent pretty much, you know, the texture of the scent and how the scent really smells. It's a beautiful fragrance in my opinion. So this is Veil by Tiziana Terenzi. Next up, I brought out my Voulez-vous coucher avec moi by Kylie. This is another fragrance that I absolutely love that I don't talk about much on my channel, but it just smells so good. This is a powdery, screechy, yellow floral sweet fragrance. It has in some ylang-ylang, gardenia, some rose, and some vanilla. For me, it just has in a very prominent screechy ylang-ylang note in here. So it comes out powdery, a little bit soapy, but the powderiness in here also is what carries out this fragrance. There is something in the heart of this perfume that comes off a little bit different. Like, of course, you've smelled ylang-ylang in fragrances, but it's not the same that, you know, it's not the same how it smells in here. So there is something a little bit screechy about the ylang-ylang in here, and it comes off really powdery and sweet and really pretty. It's different. Is not like anything else I have in my collection. Not like, you know, not the way that ylang-ylang is featured in most fragrances, in my opinion. Ylang-ylang usually come off soapy in most of the scents that I have. In this one, it's screechy. It is a little bit soapy, but then it's powdery and sweet at the same time. So Voulez-vous coucher avec moi by Kylie. I enjoyed wearing this fragrance. This is not a winter scent, but again, I do have days when I just want something, you know, simple, not too punchy or crazy. If you're at home or whatever the case is, you just want to smell clean and pretty. This is right here. This is one that I usually pull for. Next up, I pull for my Ragba Wood Intense, you guys. This is a perfume I don't really talk about much on my channel. But once I bring out my Ragba, the original Ragba, of course, I do bring out the Intense as well. This is a softer, more caramel forward vanilla woody fragrance. I believe there is some incense in here as well, but this is caramel wood. I think there's some amber in here as well. Sweet vanilla. It's an airy woody sweet vanilla fragrance, an airy sweet woody vanilla fragrance. Beautiful perfume that a lot of people don't really talk about much. This is another fragrance, when you wear it, it lingers on the clothes, it lasts all day, and you just catch whiffs of it all through the day, you guys. It's such a nice fragrance. And when you spray it in your jacket as well, every time you walk past your jacket after that, you definitely smell this fragrance. Love my Ragba Wood Intense. And I think like winter doesn't last long enough. Like if I was to really like, you know, bring out a winter video, it would just, you know, be full of Lattafa fragrances all the way through. But yeah. So Wood Intense, I enjoyed wearing her this winter. Next up, we have Holidays. Now, I know it's not summer or anything like that, but this fragrance has a very dense, thick, florally essence to it that it can be worn all year round. The coconut in here is very prominent, but this is a very dense coconut, florally coconut smelling fragrance. It smells like coconut oil itself, like melted coconut oil. So like for me, you can wear this all year round. It's not too sweet, it's not too punchy. It does have you know, somewhat of a summery vibe, but because it's so dense and so thick and a little bit warm, I personally pull through this fragrance any single time, like any single time. And one thing I love about this perfume, this fragrance will stay on you. It lasts all the time, all day. It lasts all day. It doesn't come off. It wears so well, you guys. So Mancera Holidays, I will forever love this fragrance. I forever have it in my collection. I know much people don't talk about it much anymore, but I thoroughly love and enjoy this fragrance, you guys. Next up, my MFK Oud came out to play. This is a fragrance that kind of like tricks the mind. 1 minute it comes off really like transparent and very airy and light, but when you wear this fragrance, it actually goes climb. This perfume actually goes climb on me. This is a spicy woody fragrance, okay? A spicy woody, a little bit metallic fragrance. Apparently it has in some leather elements in here, so I'm not quite sure. But you don't really get that. You just get a spicy, woody fragrance. It's spicy. I want to say it comes off a little teensy-wincy bit aromatic, in my opinion. I should say, yeah, it's a little bit aromatic to my nose. It's a very interesting fragrance, very different, very unique. I would say it definitely comes off a little bit cloying. I just love that it smells expensive, and I love the scent profile. Yeah, in my opinion, this is actually a really strong fragrance. For some strange reason, whenever I wear it, it always gets a little bit cloying. But this is a beautiful scent to pull for during, you know, the winter months. I definitely enjoy wearing this particular scent. My partner also enjoy wearing it, so that's why it has quite a dent in it. But this is a perfume that just lasts on the clothes, like lasts for a really long time. So yeah, I definitely enjoy wearing my MFK Oud. Next up, I wore my Arabian Wood Calumet Black fragrance. And this is a perfume that, you know, I'm a customer raving about on my channel. I don't hear or see anybody talking about it, but this is such a beautiful fragrance. This is a spicy amber aromatic vanilla oud smelling perfume. It has a sweet powdery vanilla oud scent to it. It smells like sweater weather, the epitome of sweater weather. It's warm, it's intoxicating. It just smells so addictive. This particular fragrance, it smells so addictive. I'm not the type of person to wear the same fragrance all the time, but I can definitely see myself pulling for this perfume like every single day. It's a beautiful fragrance. It would make a really nice signature scent. Obviously, well, I live in England, so I can make this a signature scent. I'm not quite sure how it would wear during the fall and winter. Maybe, I mean, during the spring and summer. Perhaps not, but it's just a beautiful fragrance to pull for on a daily basis, you guys. It's just a really nice, warm, sweet vanilla fragrance. It's very addictive, and it smells really cozy as well. So Calumet Black, I definitely enjoy wearing this fragrance for the winter season. Next up, I wore my Bad Al Oud by Lattafa, which is, you know, an inspired version of Oud for Glory. This is a spicy saffron, a little bit dusty, leathery, woody smelling fragrance. It smells really nice. It's in the dry down. It's in the wear. This fragrance wears really, really well. I would say the more I wear this perfume, the more impressed I am with this scent. The more I wear this fragrance, the more I get to like this scent. Because initially I wasn't like blown away. But I just love, I'm impressed with the bottle and everything more than the actual scent profile. But the leatheriness, it's like it's marinating and it's settling in. So the leatheriness mixing with the saffron. There's a little bit of sweetness in here. So spiciness in here. So it just smells so nice. The sweetness mixing with the leather. The sweetness, the saffron, the leather combining together. It smells so good on the skin, you guys. So yeah, Battle Oud by Latafa. I am definitely, this is growing on me a lot more and more and more and more. So I definitely enjoy wearing this fragrance for the winter season. Next up, I brought out my Dior Amour. This is just a very uncomplicated, classy, sophisticated, powdery, floral smelling fragrance. It smells so pretty and smells clean. This is another perfume. The more I wear it, the more I enjoy this scent. Now, when I first bought it, you know, it was just a very like very simplistic, you know, sophisticated powdery scent, but I'm now gaining an appreciation for the, you know, the classy powdery florally essence in this fragrance. It's a perfume that you wear on a day that you're not quite sure what to wear. You know, you don't want anything too fussy. You just want something to make you smell very clean and really pretty. Okay, this is that scent that you pull for. I love the way it wears because it actually lasts on the skin, actually lingers. So you put it on, it'll be on the skin all day, and you just smell clean and powdery and florally and really, really pretty and classy, in my opinion. So Dior Amour, I definitely enjoy wearing this beautiful fragrance from Dior. Next up, Marc Jacobs Decadence, you guys. And this is another spicy, woody, spicy, ambery, florally, woody smelling fragrance. Now, it doesn't list vanilla, but this fragrance has a vanilla. Nobody can tell me this got vanilla. It's just a nice, spicy, upscale smelling, vanilla, woody, ambery smelling fragrance. I love this perfume. I took advantage of wearing this fragrance during the winter season because I know that it's a strong fragrance. It's a punchy fragrance. It's an obnoxious scent, in my opinion. I can't pull her out for the summer, the spring and summer at all. So I really enjoyed wearing this fragrance, especially it's fairly new to my collection. So I kind of played with her a little bit, but I love this fragrance. I love the performance. I just love, you know, the projection on this, you know, in my opinion, very well made fragrance. So this is Marc Jacobs Decadence. Next up, I brought out my Rogue Love by Rihanna, you guys. And this is another fragrance, again, on those days when I don't feel like wearing anything complicated, when I want to wear something very simple and really pretty. These are the type of scents that I pull for. This is a very soft, pretty, a little bit fruity fragrance. I think this one has in some suede in it. You do get the element of, you know, you do get the presence of the suede in here, so, but it just has like a nice aura to the fragrance. It's a sweet perfume, but the base, it smells like a crisp, clean, sweet smelling suede, in my opinion. It has in leather, I believe, but but instead of leather, it smells like suede. It has a crisp, clean, sweet suede smell to it, in my opinion. I love this fragrance. It's a very simplistic scent, a very impressive one at that. My most impressive you know, celebrity scent in my collection. I just love it. It's an uncomplicated fragrance, one that I do not get bored of, and that I definitely pull out every now and again. So I pulled it out for the winter, but again, this is a fragrance I believe can be worn all year round. You know, if you want something nice and simple. No, she cannot really hold up in the, you know, the fall and winter weather, so to speak. But again, for the purpose, I like to wear these simplistic fragrances when I'm at home. If I want to wear something nice and calm, I just want to smell really pretty and nothing too, you know, crazy. So Rogue Love by Rihanna, I pulled that out for the fall and winter season. Next up, my Oud Satin Mood, you guys. I just enjoy this fragrance. Again, this is your you know, your most impressive powdery rose and oud smelling fragrance. It has in violets. You definitely get the violets, the rose, the oud, the sweetness. There's a sugary sweetness in here. So I want to say to you, the scent is very not cloying. It's like, it's a little bit screechy, but it's not screechy like how I would describe you know, white patchouli or you know, voulezvous coucher avec moi. the scent profile, the sweetness, that jammy sweet rose mixing with the violet is very screechy. And when I wear this fragrance, it does tend to get a little bit cloying in my opinion. Funny enough is even when you wear it in the winter, it gets a little bit cloying. But again, I have a lot of respect for this fragrance. What I have is appreciation for the scent profile, the way it wears. The craftsmanship behind the scent itself is extremely impressive. And for that, I thoroughly enjoy wearing this fragrance. And I love having this perfume in my collection. Next up, of course, I enjoyed my Amir Alood Intense. If you guys know, you know. This is your smoky, brown, sugary, woody, oud, sweet vanilla, sweet incensey vanilla smelling fragrance. This is just sweater weather. This is cold nights. This is just everything to me. I don't get to pull for this fragrance often, even though I love it so much, because I don't want to just be wearing one fragrance all the time. This another fragrance for me could be like this could be signature worthy. This is a perfume that I could come home every single day and just wear. This is an absolute love. By far one of my favorite backup bottle worthy, you know, top 10 for life fragrances, my perfume collection. This is Amir Aloud by Latafa. Next up, I brought out my Roses Greedy. This is a beautiful scent. This is a fruity, floral, musky fragrance, right? A fruity, floral, sugary, sweet, musky smelling perfume. The fruity elements in here so just gives the fragrance a really nice you know, prettiness to it. You don't, the fruity elements doesn't really jump out. You just have a nice pleasant fruity blend in here. So you have some florals in here, so the rose, sugary notes, and the musk. This is a really pretty fragrance. And again, in this fragrance, the beauty is in the wear. Like when you're wearing it, as it dries down on the skin, mellows in, and it mixes with your natural chemistry. It's a beautiful smelling fragrance. And whenever I wear it, my partner actually says, like, he actually asks me, like, what are you wearing? He always wants to know what I'm wearing whenever I pull out this fragrance. Granted, I don't pull it out often, but whenever I do, he always, you know, notices that I'm wearing this scent. It's a beautiful fragrance, and it stays on the clothes all day long. It's a really solid fragrance from Mancera. So Roses Greedy, I definitely enjoy wearing this fragrance in the winter. Next up, I brought up my Velvet Vanilla, you guys, and this is a nice, sweet, warm tuberose vanilla fragrance. I have to say to you guys, I am in love with tuberose. I have been just like really loving tuberose. I don't know, I just love tuberose. I think it's a really sexy note in fragrances, but I'm always like drawn to it. I'm always attracted to it. And I notice it usually comes with jasmine. In this case, it's with vanilla. It's a nice sweet tuberose vanilla scent. It's pretty. It's like, it's almost sexy in my opinion. There's something about it that's just so nice. This is a nice pretty lady that's not too much, not too, you know, she's never doing too much, and she doesn't look come out boring and, you know, bland and uninteresting. This is how I feel about this fragrance. It's just a really beautiful smelling fragrance that I definitely enjoy wearing, and I pull for every now and again. And yeah, I just definitely enjoy wearing this fragrance for the winter season. Next up, I brought out my Prada La Femme. Now this is a very interesting fragrance in my collection. If you guys have been following me, you know how I feel about this scent. I once loved this perfume and I fell out of love with it, and I have it here so because it actually got broken. This actually got broken when my shelves you know, fell off the wall or whatever. So I can't sell this fragrance, so I have it here. So, and I've decided to just wear it until I finish it. This is a powdery, soapy, clean, floral smelling fragrance. It's a nice perfume, and funny enough, when I doused myself in this fragrance, my partner was in love. He was just like all over me. He was like, yo, that perfume smells really good. My kids were like, Mom, you smell really nice. It's strange because I don't give this fragrance a lot of love. Okay, but I was like, the effect, the response that I got from it when I wore it recently was like, when I wore it this season, it was quite pleasant and very surprising. And not to mention the wear, I really enjoy wearing it because I literally dosed myself with it. I mean, I'm trying to finish it up, but this is a really beautiful fragrance. I'm not gonna lie, it's a very clean, classy, floral stunning fragrance. It's a really nice scent in my opinion. So yeah, Prada La Femme, I was surprised by, you know, the reaction that I got wearing this fragrance. Do I love her again? No, but I definitely appreciate wearing her, you guys. So Prada La Femme, I enjoy pulling this fragrance out for the winter season. Next up, we have my Utopia Vanilla Cocoa, my warm, sweet, coconut milky gardenia vanilla smelling fragrance. You guys know how I feel about Kylie. You know how I feel about this fragrance. It's a really nice fragrance. It smells like holiday. It smells like holiday, but it smells like you can wear this all year round. Again, this is just like holidays. It's just a beautiful warm white floral coconut, milky coconut smelling fragrance. It is a beautiful fragrance, an absolute pleasure to wear. I pulled for it not too long ago. It's just so nice. It just smells so lactonic and just so pretty and just so sexy and milky and just so nice. I love this perfume. So I pulled for her during the winter season. I don't want to be pulling for the same fragrance all the time. Why would I? So I try to put all my fragrances in rotation. But this is a perfume that I consider to be signature scent worthy. I can wear this fragrance all the time, you guys. So this is Kylie Utopia Vanilla Cocoa 21. Next up, I brought up my Chanel No5 Law. And this is a beautiful citrusy, musky, clean, white floral, a little bit woody smelling fragrance. It's a beautiful perfume. Just like this bottle looks, just like the bottle looks, this is a crisp, clean, transparent scent. A beautiful white floral. Of course, you know, Chanel, it has the aldehydes in here, so it's not just a light and airy fragrance. It doesn't wear like that. It wears kind of like, it actually feels like it has some substance to it. It actually smells like it has it's compounded, in my opinion. It's a beautiful classy white floral fragrance that I pull for on days when I don't feel like wearing anything too complicated or too fussy or too punchy, anything like that. When I just want to wear something that's very easygoing and, you know, just makes me feel kind of light and airy, I pulled for my Chanel No5 Law. So this baby is still in rotation. I don't hear much people talk about it, but she's still the apple of my eye. Okay, so Chanel No5 Law. I definitely enjoy wearing this fragrance during the winter season. Next up, we have my Milani Teresa A La Folie. This is a nice dark smoky rose vanilla scent. Beautiful, sweet, you know, dark rose vanilla fragrance, in my opinion. I don't need to rave about this perfume much. It's just a classic. It's a beautiful classic that's not going old. And because it's so modern, the packaging is modern, the scent profile is modern. It's like, it just, you never get tired of hearing about A La Folie. And that's honestly how I feel about this fragrance. A beautiful scent that I pull for from time to time. Again, these are fragrances that, again, I'm trying to rotate so that all of my fragrances you know, get aware. But whenever I pull for this fragrance, it's an absolute pleasure, an absolute joy to wear, you guys. So A La Folie, I definitely enjoy pulling for this fragrance during the winter season. I love that it can be worn all year round. And last but by no means least, this is a fragrance that I wore most recently. I believe this is the fragrance that I wore most recently. Yeah. So this is the fragrance that I wore today, because I'm filming this video on Saturday night. So I'm filming this video on Saturday night. Strangely enough, I woke up today and I didn't wear any fragrance. But yesterday, I wore this beautiful scent and I properly doused myself in it. Your spicy, cinnamony, oody smelling fragrance, okay? This is a metallic-y, Middle Eastern, spicy cinnamon oud smelling perfume. I believe it has a rose as well. It's a little bit powdery, a little bit dusty smelling, in my opinion. But it just smells like Santal Royale, like the name implies. Like, it's just a really nice Middle Eastern fragrance that I love and I pull for every now and again. I don't forget about this scent. I haven't worn her in a long time, so I was happy to pull her out recently, you know, to finish off the winter season, you guys. All right, so these are all of the fragrances that I have been wearing lately. These are my January and February favorites. I just want to give you guys a roundup of all of the fragrances that I have been indulging in lately and absolutely loving. And I'm really glad that I kind of round them up because I've been wearing them and kind of like literally taking note, like keeping a note of every single fragrance. I write down all the fragrances that I've been wearing. And I like to do this video to bring you guys up to date. And then, you know, obviously I'm going to get back into my weekly videos, my weekly perfume trades. But I'm happy that I kind of scanned through all my fragrances because I've been wearing them, but I've just been like grabbing them and then just dosing myself. And I enjoy them. But laying them out in front of me makes me realize like how many gems I have in my collection. I truly have a lot of gems, if I do say so myself. So yeah, I really love my fragrances. I know a lot of these scents are like oldies but goodies. cult favorites that have been raved about for a long time. I know there's a lot of new fragrances on the scenes right now, but like they ain't hitting me like these, you guys. They're just not hitting me the way my fragrances in my collection are hitting me right now. So yeah, these are my oldies but goodies, my loves, the fragrances that I definitely enjoy wearing during the winter season, you guys. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If in fact you did, please do give me a very big thumbs up. If you guys are new here, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to hit that notification bell so that way you will be notified every single time I upload. And for those of you who are my returning subscribers, thank you guys for supporting me. I truly appreciate your support. And until next time, see you guys in my next video. Bye.